Hi, welcome to another Friday cocktail hour. My name is Michael Ruhlman. I do a cocktail hour once a week. I like doing it. I bought a new shirt because my mom was appalled by how awful I looked in previous videos with torn, ripped elbows and wrinkled shirts. So this is for you, Mom. I got a pretty blue shirt from Brooks Brothers. You'd be pleased. So this is for you. Today it's going to be a thematic cocktail post. It's a Collins post. Now the famous Collins is the Gin Collins. I've just been told to slow down. So I'm slowing down. Of course, the famous Collins is the Gin Collins. Tom Collins is called because it was originally made apparently with Old Tom gin, which is now coming back. I've seen it in the stores, but it's a sweeter gin that I don't like. We happen to have some Dingle gin on hand. Apparently, well, first of all, Collins is essentially a sour with seltzer. And it's typically made with gin and citrus, simple syrup, and finished with seltzer. But it can be anything. So, and we haven't tried a whiskey Collins, sometimes called a Colonel Collins. So we're going to try that today as well. The Tom Collins is a very old drink. It's credited to John Collins, who was a bartender in London in the 19th century, though there are other stories that place it in New York. And we're going to make two of them. We're going to try the Tom Collins and a Colonel Collins. Colonel Collins, we put the Irelands. This is a TWA flight in flight glass. And that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to do two different ones. First, we will do a whiskey, 2 ounces. And we're going to do a standard sour ratio. So that's 2 ounces of whiskey, followed by 1 ounce of lime juice.
I'm going to like this.
I think you will too. And 1 ounce of simple syrup. Now you can go lighter or heavier on any of these to your taste. And then we will do a proper Tom Collins using Dingle gin from Dingle, Ireland. How we miss going there. Soon we'll be able to fly. Soon we'll be out of the pandemic. Will I still be doing Friday cocktail hours though? I'll be too happy. I'll be too.
You'll be away.
I'll be away. We're actually going to be away now, which is why we're not doing it live. We do have a number of these live on Instagram. They're on my Instagram channel. I started a newsletter, substack.ruhlman.com. Please subscribe if you have an interest.
But this Friday cocktail hour is on Wednesday.
We're filming this on Wednesday for those who are like reporters. And we have this cool soda stream, which I absolutely love. It's from Ann's son, Sam, a gift to us. We're going to make it good and sparkly. And we're just going to top it off, not too much. We don't want it too diluted, with some seltzer. And we'll give each a twist. To finish it off. I'm not going to flame it. There we go. Here is a Colonel Collins and a Tom Collins. And keep your focus. Tell me how your Collins is.
It's delicious.
Mine needs a little more simple syrup. How about yours? Can I taste?
I think it needs to be stirred.
I shall stir it. I think that's a good idea.
I like the gin one better.
Ooh, I like the whiskey one better. So that works.
We don't have to fight over them.
No.
They're both delicious.
They're both
I want to
delicious.
say it's a refreshing drink on this sunny day.
I totally agree, Ann. A refreshing drink on a sunny day can be made with any spirit, any citrus and simple syrup.
Michael, am I crazy? I always thought a Tom Collins had a cherry in it. Is that like a bastardization of it?
I don't know. I've never seen a cherry in a Tom Collins.
Maybe just the way my father
It
made
could
them.
be. It could be. But because we're doing Collinses, we're going to read something by Billy Collins, who's one of my favorite poets. He's a wonderful man, a lovely guy, born in New York in 1941. He has 12 collections of poetry out. The most recent one is Whale Day, which came out last September. He was the Poet Laureate of the United States from 2001 till 2003. And the New York Times suggested that he might be the most popular poet in America, which is saying something. What I like about Billy Collins is he's so straightforward, and so many of his poems are funny. I let Anne choose today's poem. I gave her a selection, and she laughed out loud at one of them. I said, that's the one we're using. But she wanted something else. And since we're using these TWA flight glasses, and Anne is a stewardess who just finished a manuscript on a memoir of her days as a flight attendant, we're going to read Billy Collins's poem, American Airlines, number 371. It's about a 90-second read, just so you know. Pardon my benevolence, but given the illusion that my fellow passengers and I are now on our way to glory, rising over this kingdom of clouds, airy citadels, unnameable goings-on within, and at well over 500 miles per hour, which would get you to work in under 1 second. I wish to forgive the man next to me who so annoyed me before the wine started arriving by turning each page of his newspaper with a kind of crisp military snap. And the same goes for that howling infant and for the child in the row behind me who persisted in hitting that F above high C that all of her kind know perfectly how to hit while rhythmically kicking the back of my seat. Yes, I have softened and been rendered even grateful by the ministrations of Eva, uniformed wine bearer in the sky. And if we are not exactly being conveyed to paradise, at least we are vectoring across the continent to Los Angeles. Orange tree in the backyard, girl on a motorcycle roaring down Venice Boulevard. And eventually, we will begin our final descent. Final descent, I want to shout to Ava, into the city of a million angels, where the world might terminate or begin afresh again, which is how I tend to feel almost every day. Life's end just around another corner or two, yet out the morning window, the thrust of a new blossom from that bush whose colorful name I can never remember. American Airlines, number 371. Sorry, I wasn't on that flight. So to Billy Collins, Friday Cocktail Hour, and to all of you out there, stay safe, stay healthy.